coding your own games is easier than you think.
No. Get out of here. This is my video. You're not welcome. Hello, this is Jesco. You're watching Game Dev Made Easy, and in today's video, we are going to discuss ways we can improve as developers. We all know that we can buy books, and practicing writing code is a great way to improve. But it can, and often does, leave much to be desired. Unless you look at the best practices that are universally accepted by most, if not all aspects of the field, then you'll most likely aren't going to be following them. That goes for naming conventions, layout conventions, and commenting conventions. Before we go any further, let's dive into some of those conventions. For class and method names, you should use Pascal casing to be consistent with the .NET framework and makes it very easy to read, as it makes for identifying method and class names much easier. For method arguments and local variables, Camel casing is the most common convention for them. You should avoid using abbreviations, with the exception being abbreviations for commonly used as names such as ID, XML, FTP, and URI. For private member variables, an underscore is preferred as it separates what is public and what is privately accessible. For name types, use the predefined type names over the base type names. For example, don't use int32, string, or boolean as the type name. This makes it so that the code is much more natural to read. When naming a class, use a noun or noun phrase for them, as it is much easier to remember. Interfaces should be prefixed with the letter I, along with being a noun, noun phrase, or adjective. Name source files according to their main classes. The files are alphabetically sorted. Organize namespaces with a clearly defined structure. This maintains good organizational structure in your code. Member variables should be declared at the top of the class, with static variables at the very top. This reduces the need to hunt for variable declarations. With enums, you should use singular names. Good layout conventions are to write only one statement per line, one declaration per line, indent a continuation line by one tab stop or 4 spaces, add at least one blank line between method definitions and property definitions, and use parentheses to make clauses in an expression apparent. Good commenting conventions are to place the comment on a separate line. Begin a comment text line with an uppercase letter, end comments with a period, do not create formatted blocks of asterisks around comments, and insert one space between the comment delimiter and the comment. For more code examples and more in-depth information, a link to the documentation on this subject will be in the description below. Next up, it is highly suggested that you find a friend or two that also does programming, so you can do something called pair programming. What is pair programming? Pair programming is where two programmers share a single workstation or IDE environment. This can be done in person or online using a web-based IDE. One programmer will be the driver and writes the code, while the other programmer is the observer and will review each line of code as it is typed in. Both will switch roles very frequently. This allows for you to see and understand what another programmer is thinking while they work, along with getting used to spotting errors while you are observing. While you are driving or writing the code, it allows for you to get better at explaining what you are thinking when trying to solve a problem, as well as take criticism for your work. Unit testing. Even developers that are veterans will generally have trouble with this one. You should always try to create a unit test for your code, regardless of whether it is for a trivial program or not. The reason for this is because unit testing is all about you creating automated tests to check for the most general use case failure points on every method. In other words, this allows you to know what could cause the program to crash based off user input or what the method will output. The very last item I want to touch on is code review. This one is the big daddy, the one that you should strive to find someone, or ideally a group of people, to do with you on a consistent basis. This is where you share your source code with this trusted group of individuals, and they inspect every property, field, method, and class with a fine-tooth comb, looking for any inconsistencies and errors in every line of code you write. They will point out any slight error that they find, along with the possible introductions of bugs or memory leaks in your program. Well, I hope this information was helpful and you enjoyed this rant. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it around, and subscribe. If you didn't like it, give a thumbs down and leave a comment down below as to why you didn't like it. I enjoy getting feedback on my work so I can improve.